Hey asset builders, welcome back to the channel. My name is Manny. In this channel, we explore smart strategies for building wealth through real estate and other assets. So in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 steps on how to buy a condominium in the Philippines. So I'm going to split these videos into 2 parts because I would like to do a deep dive and make sure that all the things that I would like to discuss and share with you as it will be covered. So the first step, guys, is you need to set your finances. So what I mean by this is that you need to evaluate how much you can afford and stick to it, because buying a property will entail a lot of money and fees. So let's break this down. So one thing you need to consider, for example, if you're buying a condominium, just for your due diligence and knowledge, you need to check how much is the average price of the condominium right now in Philippines. So the last time I checked, it's around 235,000 peso. That's a lot of money. And with that, that's one thing. And the first thing that you're going to be getting out of your pocket is that when you buy a condominium through a developer, they'll ask you for a reservation fee, which probably around 50,000 peso. Although this amount will be deducted during the final contract, but that's one thing you need to keep in mind. Second is, when you buy the property, you have to make sure you decide whether you're buying this in cash or you're going to a bank loan or a mortgage. Because, for example, if you're going to a bank, one thing that the fees that you need to consider is the closing costs. So what are these? These are the doc stamps, transfer fees, registration fees. So these are the fees, and typically it's about 3% from the price of the condominium, of the unit. So that's one thing. And the next part is the fire insurance and the mortgage redemption insurance, or MRI. These are mandatory, and typically it goes to the bank as well. So this is a yearly cost for you. So in my case, it's around probably 35,000. So that's another thing. And also the HOA. So HOA is how much is the HOA for the condominium, and what is the coverage of the HOA. So also we need to consider the utilities. So how much the electricity, water, so stuff like this. These are the things you need to oversee in a high level, because you have to, just for me, I have to make sure that I know everything and there's no surprises, so that I can budget my expenses, at the same time how much will it cost me outright for buying this certain property. Also, in addition, you have to also make sure that you know how much is the current interest of the bank. So typically developers will have the list of banks or accredited banks that they have, and they will give you the current rates. So just keep in mind that these rates are changing, but for right now, I think in Philippines it's around 7%. So the next step for us is the location. Now that you are comfortable with your budget and sorted out all the finances or the fees that involves in buying a property, the next step is to find the right location of a condominium. So typically developer have already sorted out what's the best location for start a building or a condominium overall. But one thing that you need to consider as a buyer is that the things that you need to make sure that it answers your comfort, meaning, for example, transportation. Are there any accessible mode of transformation if you're going from point A and point B? And is this place is secured, meaning is this a certain area where I'm comfortable exercising, jogging or running in the morning? And how about the overall feeling of the community? I might feel safe here, because, for example, for our friends in overseas, and when they going vacationing, are they not so familiar with the place? So safety is very important. So that's one thing that we need to also keep in mind. And also, you need to also ask the developer what's the overall plan 5 years down the road in the surrounding area, and see if there are like Jollibee or anything that is improvement, because those things will also help the value of your property going forward like 5 to 10 years. So the next step for us is finding the right developer. Now that we secure the location, we like everything about the location. Now, which developer should I go through? One of the things or the success rate of owning a condominium is knowing or understanding who develops the place. Because if you go for a reputable developer, oftentimes success rate is high. Why is that? Because these developers have a track record in developing condominiums throughout their entire existence. And over time, usually companies or these developers already have a process. What I mean by process is that how they construct the building, what are their reputation in terms of making sure that the building doesn't have any problems. So these developers, if their track record, then they have the reputation ready, then people will go them or buy the property to them. And also, you have to make sure that after you buy the property, you need to understand that who are the property management that they hire or they have in-house. So how they take care of the maintenance, how they handle any issues in the building, how they conduct meetings in terms with their unit owners. These are the things that are very important after the purchase, because you're now owning the property, and for example, if you're staying here outside the country and you have somebody to take care of it, and if there's a problem, so what's the process? Should I call concierge? Who are my contacts in terms of the maintenance? These are the things that's very important to know. And oftentimes there are forums that you can join and see if this particular developer have really a good reputation in terms of taking care of any issues. So those are the things that really a big impact or factor in deciding which developer to go through when you buy your property. So those are the 3 steps, guys, in buying a condominium in the Philippines. So just to recap, 1 is set your finances. 2nd, find the right location. 3rd is find the right developer. So hopefully these 3 steps will excite you in terms of in your journey in buying a property. And if you have any questions or clarifications, feel free to put down in the comment below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you so much for watching. Feel free to share, like, subscribe in this channel, and looking forward for the next video. And again, thank you for watching, and happy investing.